disgusting. Well, I do appreciate that in a game, honestly. What is up, my man? Well, actually, he's definitely can't hear us.
He said something about like spaghetti. I wasn't listening.
Spaghetti. That is not at all what he said, actually. But I know what you have on your mind right now.
I have a muffin. I'm content.
Dude, once again, eating during stream, or not stream, but recording. My goodness, I'm the only professional here, I swear. All right. Welcome, everybody, to part 2 of our Wonder Weapon discussion on the Wundercast, where I'm being joined by Carpel and Wistful here. And we are going to talk more on some previous things we were speaking of in previous episodes. So anyways, I have a huge list for you guys. I hope you guys are excited.
You did say that you had a list. I'm eager to cook.
We
on
talked
this.
so
Yes.
much on all the different Wonder Weapons and ranking them and stuff, which was fantastic conversation, but I just never made it to any of the topics in my list. But yeah, I honestly have some fun stuff for you today. So starting with the first one, what do Wonder Weapons in games today lack or excel in? I just want to kind of get your guys' general opinion on that one.
So when you say today, what's the cutoff?
Yeah, what's
Like,
the cutoff? Most recent, like the latest game in the series that you would say is like, okay, past this point, and in the past is probably no go.
That is an excellent question. Didn't think that one through originally. Let's say Cold War. I'd want to say maybe.
So like include Cold War, but then past is cut off.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
so. Yeah, honestly, what would you guys say they kind of lack in or they excel? What would you guys say for that?
Some of them I feel like they definitely have excelled in uniqueness. Like to name some of them in Cold War, like the Chrysalax, very unique, the Cerberus, very unique. I think players really enjoy those. To me, I feel like the Reike has a little bit more uniqueness than the die Shockwave.
Actually, that's a unique one.
The whole movement territory, I feel like that some of the Wonder Weapons do have some unique qualities like that. So like the Die Electrobolt or the Scorcher from Modern Warfare 3 Zombies has some pretty cool movement properties. You know me. I like to look at the visuals of the weapon and then also like its utility. For like how it peaks and how it draws over the more recent games.
Definitely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I do feel like Cold War honestly brought in some very unique designs in there. Like I talked about it in our last episode, like the Chrysalax is your very unique weapon, I honestly thought, and I think is the only melee wonder weapon per se, and I'm not counting like the Hell's Retriever or anything like that. Well, actually no, then again, Takio has his katana, I forgot about that, but it's not a wonder weapon per se, I don't think, at least. I
would consider that to be just a melee weapon.
It's the only melee wonder weapon I think I know of. No, I wouldn't count specials. I wouldn't count that as one of them. I just would be like something you could get out of the box or that you build for like an Easter egg quest or something like that. So honestly, I feel like the Chrysalax is the only melee wonder weapon we've gotten in game so far. So that's honestly pretty cool. Just to add uniqueness to the game, honestly. But yeah, we had awesome games like the Cerberus, which I absolutely love that gun, and I think ended up becoming my number one, was it? I think that was the number one I ended up deciding.
I do believe that was your number one.
Yeah, that was your second to last there, if I remember right, for you, Carpel.
It just does so much damage, and it's such a
cool gun.
Pistol.
I like that orb that's in the center and how it moves around, and I like the idea of the attachments. They should have been implemented better, but it was a cool concept, and I love that. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it did bring some unique stuff.
Wait.
But yeah, what would you
actually?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
In retrospect, okay, call me out if I'm wrong on this, but memory just popped up in my mind. Maybe this was a thing, maybe it wasn't, maybe someone patched it. Maybe they patched it, but wasn't it possible if you were out of ammo with like the base Cerberus, and then you killed some zombies, and then they would drop like a variant for it, and then you pick up the variant, if you expend all the ammo of that variant, and then it turns back to the original one, would it give you max ammo?
It gave you more ammo. I don't know if it was completely full though. I can't remember if that was the case, but it did. You did get ammo when you picked up a particular part. I do know that.
Right, yeah, it would give you a full ammo. It would top you off on ammo. I
think it was a full clip.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, anytime you pick it up, you definitely would get ammo. I know that for sure.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the thing.
That was a good addition. If it didn't have that, that would be a little aggravating, honestly, at times.
Yeah.
But no, that was honestly a good addition. I feel like Cold War made a lot of great improvements in the game. Like, I like that you can vault over stuff. That was Dude, just something that I really liked.
That actually opened up zombies so much more. I love how they opened up the feel of the maps in Cold War Zombies for people. I really do enjoy how they started to open things up like that. It's great. I love that.
I like that too. Yeah, and it was fun. They honestly made the game feel fun, which is a good thing. I'd like to see them keep doing that. But we didn't hear from you, Carpel. What are kind of your thoughts on like how wonder weapons have excelled or are lacking in?
Yeah. So I think modern wonder weapons are functionally very unique and very creative. Mm-hmm. The main problem I kind of have is the wonder weapon theming, or I guess their like connection to the zombies map. Because if you think back to like
how
if you think back to maps like Shadows, where you have the Apothecant Servant, the Cthulhu like inspired design fits the map perfectly.
Right.
Whereas I feel like Array or Die Machines or even the Cerberus, like they could fit on any map.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, it kind of like those are, how would I describe it? It's just like more modern technology and design, I guess, or futuristic.
Like the wonder
almost.
Weapons are designed to be
science, like mad science weapon or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to. The words are failing me now. They're like supposed to be a part of the aesthetic of the map. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's like a scientific complex. So yeah,
I feel like the modern wonder, with the exception of the Chrysalax, which I think nails it in pretty much every category.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
I think I don't think the wonder weapons interact with the map enough. Like old zombies.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm following as much. What do you mean, though?
All the more recent maps. What steps of the Easter eggs, or what Easter eggs in general, like what can you do to interact with the map, with the wonder weapons? Like as far back as
you're kind of talking like
dive for one step, and that was that was the best.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So like using the paralyzer to like charge the orbs in like Black Ops 2.
You only need the Ray Cave for slowing down one of the teleporting Ethereum canisters.
Yeah, one of the canisters.
That was it. Unless if I'm forgetting something, it might have been something. There might be something else.
You compare that back to like Zetsubo, where there's
wonder
tons
weapon
of things you can do.
Literally transforms
for
the
a lot,
sandbox. It literally gives you stuff through the sandbox. Exactly.
It unlocks a boss fight, which is
That's insane. No, that's actually a very interesting topic. I didn't even think about that. I was kind of thinking back to like the paralyzer in Black Ops 2. You needed it to charge the orbs in the map in order to do the Easter egg. Which, having a wonder weapon that is needed to like complete a step of the Easter egg is actually a unique thing. And actually, that does touch on one of the other topics I had in my list. But so I guess we might as well kind of talk on it. But just like
let's do it.
The importance of a wonder weapon needing to actually affect an Easter egg compared to just getting a wonder weapon in a map and just having it for like going rounds and like advancing your gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what do you guys deem more important?
The zombies? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, what's more important for you guys? Like, would you prefer that it is involved in the Easter egg step and that it's crucial to have it, or
so I think it makes it way better.
So a lot of Easter eggs that have been made recently, I would say they pretty much all of them do require the Wonder Weapon to do some sort of steps. I'm fine with that. I don't really mind that all too much. But the thing that I really want as an interaction between them is, like, I think Zetsubo is like a really good example, and Carpel, I'm so glad that you brought it up. The KT4 Masamune, like, its interaction with the map, it goes so much deeper than just to get the bullet, right? For the anti-aircraft gun. I just like how you can use it to upgrade plants. Like, you can affect the sandbox in a way. Like, if there's something you can do with a Wonder Weapon to facilitate an Easter egg faster, then obviously that's a W, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, having it, like, have additional properties that you can use the map with to, like, you know, have more fun.
Yeah.
For lack of better words.
I get that.
And
for sure,
I think that's one of my biggest problems with Infinite Warfare Easter eggs. Like, outside of Spaceland, there is really no reason to pick up the Wonder Weapons if you're doing the Easter eggs on the Ladder 4 maps. And that sucks because they're some of the coolest Wonder Weapons ever made.
Honestly,
and I feel myself never using
them. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm pretty sure it is literally only Attack and Beast that have, like, the two most Wonder Weapon interactions with the environment stuff, because Beast, you can get ammo from the eggs that you kill the cryptids, and an Attack, you can refill the MAD by picking up parts for
sucking
it,
out the goo from the pods
to pop the Krog pods. But, like, all it is it's just a feature of the weapon that allows you to gain ammunition. It's a feature on the map that gives you ammunition. The Spaceland Wonder Weapons, like, there's nothing to do in the environment except for a direct Easter egg step that requires you to shoot the arch. That's still pretty cool, though. Like,
I mean,
cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Rave has 0 Wonder Weapon interactions, minus Ghosts and Skulls 2. You need the Ben Franklin for that. Everything else, there's no other interaction with the map. And then Shaolin, the Wonder Weapons are literally melee weapons.
Yeah.
They do fit the map, though. So Shaolin has 2 Wonder Weapons that do fit the map's theme, kind of similar to how the Chrysalax on Forsaken fits the map theme, and it is still a melee weapon. But yeah, I think that it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. And I was gonna mention Skur Ritual had for their sewer map, they had their plague gun, and you had to use that to shoot those little
to, like, disinfect a spot that wouldn't deal damage to you.
That wasn't the one I was getting at, but you made a good point with that one too. No, I was actually, you had to shoot those little golden pods on the walls in order to open them up.
In order to open them,
be able to
vulnerable so that you could take
to get into the next area.
Right.
Which that you had to have the weapon in order to go through that area, and you need the Wonder Weapon no matter what. And part of me, I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that honestly was neat that it requires you to get this Wonder Weapon and to use it.
It sucks, though.
It sucks, though. I mean, outside of utilizing it for opening up the map, you cannot use it for normal PvE. You kind of are forced to go for some of the box weapons or try and get, like, a different map's Wonder Weapon from the box.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I slayed with that weapon.
What?
I love that gun. I was doing well with that. Yeah, I upgraded that thing to full.
I despise the lethality of the plague. The way that I want to use the weapon, I almost want to use the weapon like the Shredder from IW Zombies. I really want to. I tried that, man.
Not even consider that.
If you guys have seen the top 5 Wonder Weapon video that I made for Skur Ritual, I'm sure a lot of you may have seen it. Maybe you've not. I ranked it pretty low on my list.
I saw that.
It was not. It's just
unfortunate.
It's just not.
It's so bad.
I do admit
it's all
I did
utility on one map that needs it for utility. You can get it on other maps, but, like, why would you want it on another map? There's no reason to want it.
I don't know, man. I did kind of like it. It was
Easter egg in another map that requires it. I know that there's new music Easter eggs. I know that they exist on other.
Also,
than the
Noah J
map.
lines as well.
Exist. All right, I was in a small Discord VC with some people while we were hunting the Easter egg on day 1 for the new map, House of the Damned, and people were on other maps and they were looking for music boxes, the mini jukeboxes for where you could like play the song on for the map, and people found them on the other map. So maybe the water weapons have more of a use there. Maybe they do.
Maybe. I did see your video that came out. It was for a music Easter egg, so that was pretty sick. But yeah, I did get to play it too. I did actually find the new Wonder Weapon to be very interesting. Literal splash damage on that is very neat.
That's not good. It's worse than the Plague though.
At first I did not like it when I first got it. I found weapons that I thought worked better, but for crowd control, it actually worked really nice.
Did it?
On a single enemy, yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, I'll literally have the video coming out. You can check it out. It was working well for me.
Crowd control, not lad.
Maybe I'm using it wrong.
You know what's better for crowd control, not lad?
What's that?
Molotovs.
Fire grenades.
Molotovs or your super. They updated the game, by the way. All the ultimates, even the base one, without adding a miracle to it, gives you this small AoE ring around you. It's like a panic button, and it just insta-kills all the zombies around you, or the quiet ones, because it's Scare Ritual. But yeah, and it has
which one was
damage.
They're zombies.
Which one was that? That particular ability?
The ultimate.
Okay.
Like, you don't even need to assign a miracle to it. It's just a passive effect that all the ultimates have. Every ultimate has.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
They updated that. So, like, if you have the invincible one, you can just pop that in a tight spot, kill all the zombies around you, and then you can't die for, like, however long it lasts.
So it's just a broken explosive touch. I didn't know that.
That's cool. I like that.
I mean, yeah, close enough. Close enough. Close enough.
Very cool.
It's got the you literally can't die with that. You can die with explosive. Really
I'm sorry. I was referring to the Exo Zombies variant of explosive touch, where you're actually invulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
And Exo Zombies? That was. Fair. Oh yeah. Sorry, the drop that you can pick up. Yeah, the star ability or.
Drop.
Star ability. I think it's Mario. It's not Mario.
Mario Star.
Dude, oh my god. I'm getting so many.
Wasn't it a star though? I honestly can't remember. It's been a little bit. For some reason I thought it was a star you picked up.
Carpel would know.
I can't remember, man. It's been a bit from Exo Zombies, and I played so much of that, man. God, I gotta get back to that game actually. Well, hey, very cool though. The other thing I wanted to mention too with our topics, because you mentioned the different ray guns you can build in Infinite Warfare on Zombies in Spaceland. Those, I was actually surprised to hear that those are ranked really low as like for wonder weapons. As far as wonder weapons go, people rank them really low. People surprisingly don't like them that much. I was kind of surprised.
From a damage perspective?
I don't think from necessarily a damage perspective, because I know the Shredder's supposed to be like pretty powerful. Although it's not the best of them, it's a powerful weapon. But no, people just didn't like it. I don't know if it's because you have to go through the process of building it. Maybe as we were talking about, like they don't have any other effect in game besides just being a damage weapon. And that's it.
Right.
So I don't really know the reason behind it. I was kind of hoping maybe you guys knew a little bit more about that, but I was really surprised to hear that. I even saw some comments recently about it. People are just like
ranking them really low. It's probably mainly because of like the one true thing that they are supposed to be used for, which is damage, right? Just damaging zombies or damaging the brute.
Alien, yeah.
Or the alien. I mean, they are the best in the entire game for the aliens. Like, that's the number one thing you use them for on damage. But majority of the game, you're going to be using them on zombies or the brute. They're dog shit.
Yeah, I do. Well, I don't know. So I personally really like the Discord. Like, I personally find that one to be a really great weapon. I like that you can just shoot a zombie, he starts spinning and just destroys everything.
Cutter, those two are very close favorites of mine. I can't pick between them which one I like the most. But
yeah, I just can't see anybody ranking those low though. They're unique. Maybe they don't look terribly unique, but they fit the theme of the map. They were like a toy ray gun almost, and I don't know, I was just really surprised to hear that people did not like them that much. So surprised the heck out of me, honestly. I just can't imagine that. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to our next topic that I have here.
Go for it. Yeah.
So the number 3, if you were to create your own wonder weapon, what would it be and what would it be called? Like, if you were to design it and stuff, like if you designed it, what kind of, like from previous wonder weapons you see, what kind of features would you add to it? What would make the perfect wonder weapon in your eyes? That's basically what I want to know. And also, if you can think of a cool name, just throw that in there too.
This is a tough one.
I would have to think about that.
Yeah.
Do we need to come back to that one, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
This is something I've actually thought about quite a bit.
Oh, you have?
I have, actually. Because there's certain things I know I like. Honestly, we talked about it. I don't know if you remember that, Wistful, but when we did that Christmas map, the Christmas Zombies map, I can't remember what that one was called.
Yeah.
We had gotten on the discussion of, like, if I was to create a wonder weapon, what would it be? And since then, I've had time to think about it. The name I had chose has not changed. I would call it the Arc 7, just because I personally find that to be a very cool name, and that's what I would go for.
The Arc 7, okay.
The weapon itself, I had the ability down. I gotta remember what it was. I had something for sure down, but maybe I should come back to that. So if we're gonna talk about it again later, then I'll get that together. But for now, the name is for sure Arc 7. And I kind of got a style in mind that I'd like to go for, but I'll save that for later. We'll go to the next question for the meantime. Okay, so... I erased number 4. I don't know what number 4 was. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. What are your thoughts on visible effects? Do they take away from your playing capabilities? Like, the thing I was thinking out most of all is, like, you use... what would be a good example of this? The Apothecant Servant, for instance. You shoot a black hole, and it has a lot of visual effects, but you can't see anything beyond it. I was just recently watching Noah J, I believe Mr. Waffle Waffles, and Darlick JD. They were doing a speed run of Revelations, and Noah J was the one I was watching the perspective of, and he was using the Apothecant Servant to go rounds, and the effect that he was shooting was getting in the way of his vision. He couldn't see any of the zombies in his environment or anything beyond the point he was shooting because the visual effects were just so intense. Granted, that weapon will just kind of devastate anything, so there's not much worry with that. But yeah, like, do you feel like in gameplay that, like, the visual effects from a weapon ever take away from the experience in any way, or do they only benefit it? Like, that's kind of what I'm wondering. So what do you guys think?
I mean, in the Apothecant's case, why do you need to see the zombies? They're all just gonna die anyway.
Yeah, see, that makes sense. But yeah,
I don't know if there's any visual effects that I find intrusive necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much of that either.
I don't actually agree on that one. I have had times where you use a particular weapon, and because of its animation, you can't see the zombies that are heading your way. So I'll use an example, for instance, the Mark III ray gun. The Zap gun is more the one I'm thinking of. When you shoot that weapon, the zombies in front of you, they puff up and they explode, right? That's kind of the visual effect it has.
That's the wave gun. Yeah.
Is that the wave? Sorry. I'm getting them mixed up here. But yeah, the wave gun then. Yeah, so when you shoot that, you get that effect in the zombies in front of you. I had times when I would shoot that weapon, the zombies, if I shot something really close to me, the animation of the zombies in front of me would block the vision of the zombie that was coming right at me. And I'd kind of miss it. It wasn't serious. I was able to get out of that situation. But then I think of other weapons, much like, for instance, like we have our ice weapons. When you shoot the ice weapon, instead of killing the zombies instantly and just dissolving them or wiping them off the screen, they are frozen in front of you. They're blocking your vision. You can't see the stuff that might be coming towards you or something like that.
Yeah, and they'll physically block your path. Yeah, that's
situations
something that
like
kind of annoys me about the ice staff, but
Mhm.
it's so strong on BO2 anyway, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
See,
yeah. I feel like a lot of the effects from weapons seem to kind of balance that out a little bit, but there's been times, depending on the weapon and the effect that it gives off, can be a little tricky. I also noticed that in Cold War with the what's the name of that weapon? We just mentioned it. The one from the first map, the die machine. What was that name of that one? That was the die. Yeah. So yeah, if you'd use like the acid ability, the dog acid ability, I can't remember that one. It's rolling around in my brain, but I can't remember. That's like something 9, wasn't it?
The green one. Let's just call it that.
Yeah. Anyways, the green one, yeah. So like that one, when you shoot something like that, it clouds your whole vision. You can't see anything unless you're a ways away from your shot. But if you're in it, you can't see what's around you. And granted, it'll kill a lot of the stuff that comes into that cloud. But there's a certain point when that effectiveness starts to wear off. The cloud will still be there, but the zombies will still come at you. If you're not careful, you could get yourself downed with that. But yeah, just stuff like that. The stuff that kind of blocks your vision like that. You guys don't have any problems with that at all, huh?
Nope. Can't say that I do. No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess on certain weapons, it does kind of bother me a little bit. I will say that. Like, I like seeing cool effects, but if it hinders my vision for playing, I feel like it can sometimes hinder my playing ability a little bit at times. Just depending on how precarious the situation is. But yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys on that one. So let's see. What is the next one I had here? Uniqueness of a wonder weapon. Is that a must? And I wanted to use a particular example, the rake weapon. I personally did not find that a very unique weapon. When I saw it, it looks too much like a basic rifle that you get out of the box. I didn't honestly find it to be that crazy unique. And although it does have like a few moving parts in it, it didn't do it for me. Like, I expect a little bit more from a wonder weapon, but I was wondering if you guys felt the same on that or not.
Wait, what weapon?
The Rake 84. Yeah.
The Rake A. I think the Rake A is very ugly. Yeah, that's my take. What about you? What about you, Wist?
So, yeah, I'd probably think the same. If the box didn't have that glowing effect to signify the rarity.
Yeah.
We love the aura.
So in that case, and I think I kind of know the answer that you guys might have, but the uniqueness, would you say that's a must for a wonder weapon? Like, if to have that particular unique style and look to it? Or does just a weapon that maybe does some visual, like, killing effects on the zombies and stuff like that? Or does it even matter? Does the weapon need to actually look much like a wonder weapon? Should it just be like another gun from the box almost, but have higher damage than everything else?
Something tells me you're talking about the Helion Salvo. I don't know what about
Is that obvious?
But it sounds like you're talking about my baby.
I have some gripes, dude. Just a little bit. No, I think generally, though, it is something that I felt like some of our newer maps have kind of been getting to, like some of the weapons, not all of them though, some of the weapons have been getting to more of just a modern feel to it. They don't have that uniqueness that I love in a wonder weapon. Like, it doesn't look like an Apothecant Servant, or it doesn't look like a Thunder Gun where it's just this something crazy new. Well, I guess the Thunder Gun might not be the best example, but it does have its own unique look, I guess. Or like the Wonder Waff. Like the Wonder Waff is unique. It's got a very unique design. It's obvious, you can see it's a wonder weapon kind of thing, because it doesn't look like your average gun. So yeah, I'm really curious, like, is that an important part for people? And to me, I personally would say it is. Like, I like a wonder weapon that looks visually cool. And that's personally something I'd like. I've seen a lot of mod maps where sometimes they'll take a basic gun and give it just like an ultimate fire of some sort, but it doesn't look cool, you know? It doesn't have that super wonder weapon kind of look to it that I honestly love. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm wondering. Is that a must, or is that not?
I mean, there are some wonder weapons that I like that like a first time player could mistake for a normal weapon. Like the scavenger, like in a vacuum could just look like a normal sniper until you
that
fire
most
it and
of
kill
all
yourself.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it definitely does not. I think it helps a wonder weapons case, but I don't think it's like up there as one of the most important things. As we discussed last time.
Yeah.
The wonder weapons effects are far more important, like lethality, utility. But I mean, you know, if a wonder weapon looks cool, that's just bonus points.
Added bonus. Yeah, see, that's an interesting take. That's what I was looking for. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that, but what about you, Wist?
Excuse me, I'm having a snack through this, by the way. I shut my face.
You eat after recording.
So. Don't worry, I got coffee.
Oh my gosh, once again, the only professional one here.
Dang. Okay. Well, it's back. It's back. I've turned it back on. Anyway, so
okay.
Snacking. Okay.
I was having some chocolate crunch bars, if you would ask, if you need to know.
My goodness. Where is the professionalism?
So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Yep.
Recent years, I have been trying to see wonder weapons for what they truly are. Their damage, their utility, their viability in the gameplay, to Easter egg progression, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I try to give more love to wonder weapons, but I really, really need the wonder weapon to look good, to pop out, to be unique. I need that.
You need the thumbnail. You need the thumbnail.
Yeah, I need the thumbnail. Yes. That's that. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I got you. Yeah. No, I can see both. Like, I do think a wonder weapon should have damage. But just to get a unique looking wonder weapon, I mean, like for me, as I mentioned, like the Mark II, which is not at all a weak weapon or anything like that, but it has such a cool look. And to me, that's what sells the weapon for me most of all. And I feel like
with that.
Without its look, I don't know if I would like it as much.
The most recent wonder weapon that we've ever had that actually doesn't look as good as I think it should is the VR11 and MW3.
Does it not look the same as the original?
No, it doesn't. It looks so bad. It looks
Does it really?
So bad. I hate it. I hate the way it looks.
Really? I didn't know they changed it.
Like,
I gotta look this up.
The only good part about it is the VFX and like some minor changes, but like I don't like how it looks. It looks too military, too.
Really?
I don't like the way that it looks. I don't.
I'm looking it up right now. I want to see what it looks like.
Less wondrous. Less
Because yeah, the classic had such a unique look.
I mean, I guess if it's gonna be a wonder weapon, it should be wonderful. Like it should stand out. That's kind of the main point.
I mean, doesn't it look the same as the original?
It's got a very similar shape. But
honestly, to me, it looks pretty cool. Unless this isn't the right one.
I'm not a fan. You're probably looking at the right one.
Huh. Yeah, because it's got clean silver appearance. It's really shiny on the outside, and then it's got some yellow glowing cylinders in the inside, it looks like. Kind of like that.
Not for me.
Oh, is that not it? Oh, that is just not for you. Okay.
That's definitely it. Yeah.
That's it.
It's just not for me. Like the one that you put at the top left of your thumbnail for the last episode, that's the one.
Yeah. That is the one. Okay. That
is the one. Yeah. I'm not a fan of.
Honestly, I kind of thought it looked very similar to the original, just without the kind of the camo print on it. Because the original, I believe, had a camo pattern on it.
Had a camo pattern, and it had a label.
Yeah,
on
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they look very similar. In fact, I think the glowing yellow on the inside is a newer feature to it. If anything, I think the newer version looks better than the original. It didn't have any glowing stuff on it. Really, that's the only that's the only difference I'm seeing.
Oh well.
I'll send you a side-by-side picture of these, but I'll do that later.
All right.
Yeah. I haven't.
I don't know. I kind of like
played the Archon since launch. I don't remember if it has a unique wonder weapon or not. Is it truly just green? Whatever the second map is.
I don't remember what it is that map has as a wonder weapon. I don't remember.
Archon. Is that something from Modern Warfare 3?
It's from Vanguard.
I was just going to ask you about that. That was literally the next thing I was going to ask you. Like, did you guys play Vanguard? And if so, did it have any wonder weapons?
The Decimator shield, I think, was the only unique one.
It was the only unique one. And it was,
Let me look this up, too.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it looked pretty neat. Had, like, the eyes, pretty cool. But it didn't really do much. Basically, what it was, not lad, was it was like an AOE that you get every like 90 seconds or something that could wipe out a horde. But yeah, yeah, no, I think it's fitting for Vanguard.
Seem to find it.
It was Vanguard.
It was Vanguard.
Okay. Yeah, that is another one I didn't play. That's another zombie game I never touched because that one got a horrible review.
Yeah, I don't recommend
apparently really bad.
I cannot recommend it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can't seem to find any pictures of any of the Wonder Weapons, I guess I won't be able to see it.
When they brought the Wonder Waft back on the Shin Onuma remake, it was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
It was actually good. And that's the only good thing I can say about that entire experience. So, yeah.
Didn't the zombies look pretty cool, though? Like, they had a kind of a red eyes and kind of like pattern on their forehead as well. Like, the zombies look cool, right? At least.
I don't think that's a compelling reason to buy.
No, was that Vanguard. Not? Oh no, I don't know if I will get it, but maybe one of these days if it gets cheap enough, but it never goes really on a good enough sale. So
well, MW3 just came to Game Pass, so there's always a chance.
If you're gonna play Vanguard for zombies, it's never gonna be cheap enough for you.
Yeah, that is kind of the downside. I mean, if I could get it for free or something, that'd be sick.
If you're gonna play it.
Yeah.
Or like $5.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of sale I'm waiting for, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, though.
To wait for, because otherwise the game is just, it's not
worth it. That's unfortunate.
It is really not worth it.
It is so bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear from you guys. I might never get it then.
You wouldn't be missing out on much, except for minor lore details that YouTubers will 10,000% go over, if it's even important.
Was there a lot of lore in that one?
They dropped Alistair's name in like one voice line, and I don't think they built upon that at all in the Vanguard story.
So it just kind of came up randomly, huh?
It was kind of just like a shoulder nudge for fans of Black Ops 4, and that's all it was. It had no adverse effects.
The only reason to play Vanguard.
Alistair mentioned.
Did they remodel the Wonder? Why is the name escaping me? Shucks, what is the name? The electric one that you like, Whistle. What is the name of that one?
Wunderwaft.
Wunderwaft. Oh my gosh, that was escaping me so badly.
Are you okay?
I'm having a rough night, guys. It's brutal for me today.
The podcast is named after the Wonder Bus from Shadow Throne.
I know. I just couldn't remember the rest of it. Ugh, Wonderwaff. Yeah, I'm seeing a picture here from Vanguard, and it looks like it's been kind of redid a little bit. It looks just a little different.
The pack camos on it look really good.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
They do.
Interesting. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna get back to the list here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh, okay. What are your thoughts on melee wonder weapons? I guess we did kind of talk about that one a little bit.
We did.
Yeah.
But I guess the one question I would ask is, would you guys like to see more melee wonder weapons in the future?
For sure.
Not so much on that one?
I could take it or leave her.
Okay, I gotcha. I personally like the idea of a melee wonder weapon. I'd like to see more.
I'm super stoked. Maybe that's just of how much I've used the katana and the nunchucks on Shaolin. But
sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, World War II did melee wonder weapons the best.
That's true.
I think.
Yeah, actually, no, that would be actually. Here I was saying earlier there wasn't any other melee wonder weapons, but no, there actually was melee wonder weapons in World War II. That's right. The scythe and technically the teleporting one was a knife as well,
scythe,
right?
The flail, the shield, the hammer, the sword, the other sword, the hatchet, the knife, the bat.
I don't know if I can consider all those other ones. Those are kind of just like basic weapons. I wouldn't consider the other ones wonder weapons, but when you said like the knife, you're talking about the ones that you could just pick up in the environment, right?
No, I'm talking about the Dancer's Dagger, which is a special version of that you unlock via Wonder Weapon Quest.
Man, I don't even remember.
Not a lot. I also don't play as much World War II, but I kind of understand what he means because I have played those maps.
Yeah. Honestly, I do remember there's a lot more wonder weapons. At least I remember the 4 from that particular map. The rest, I don't honestly remember the other ones. But that does kind of show there has been more melee wonder weapons in game. I completely forgot about those ones.
Yeah,
but yeah, I did like those. I did like using the scythe and stuff. I remember that. I personally just really like melee wonder weapons. I think it's cool. I think it's a unique thing, and I wouldn't mind seeing more unique creations for it. Even going back to Skur Ritual, they have a sword wonder weapon in the third to last map. And yeah, I didn't like that one personally. I didn't find it to be as good, but I think they may have updated it after I had played it because
to last map.
Yeah, second to last map.
Fortress, yeah, that's the one it's featured on.
I've never used that wonder weapon.
No, no. See,
people
when I first tried it, it was terrible.
And some people in the comments definitely disagreed with my opinion because I put it at the bottom. I don't really like it. I don't think it does enough damage. But people are like, but it stuns. It's good because it can stun. And I'm like,
wait, but Wistful, it's
stunning from that.
Sorry.
But yeah,
I didn't get any stunning ability or anything. I did not like that weapon.
Yeah,
and then when I played with you, Wist, you pulled that out of the box and it looked completely different. So I think they updated it.
You get it out of the box.
The time right after
version of it that you already get for like doing the quest. Yeah. The base sword you can only get on that map.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's it. Yeah, all I know is that I did not like it. It was not a great weapon.
Yeah.
Is the Golden Sport considered a melee wonder weapon, or do you think that's just like a? Because I mean, damage-wise,
I don't know if I would consider that as a wonder weapon. I would not consider it
a melee wonder weapon. I would consider a melee wonder weapon a melee weapon that literally takes a
weapon. So not the fist, not the iron fist either.
Not the Iron Fist either. No, not the Thunder Punches. No, not the.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that stuff. No.
And what about specialists? Would you just call those specialists?
Yeah,
that I wouldn't either.
Okay,
no.
so then the first melee wonder weapon would have been I guess, would have been the katana in the nunchucks, which is kind of crazy that it took them that many games to implement a fully.
That's the thing for it. I don't know if I can consider it a wonder weapon, because that to me just seems like just a weapon, you know?
It shoots a big dragon. What?
The katana?
Oh wait,
the katana when you pack a punch it.
Oh, are you talking from Shallon? Oh,
the nunchuck when you melee zombies and it's pack a punch, it makes a puff of like a green flash and it heals you.
I got what you guys are talking about now. I didn't know what game you guys were talking about. I thought you were talking about Takio's katana and stuff like that. Because I wouldn't consider a wonder weapon, no. But okay, I now know which one you're speaking of. That counts. I think that would count because that is a wonder weapon. I mean, that's my personal view on it. I see that one to be a wonder weapon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like to get the title of a wonder weapon, it has to do something unique that just a basic weapon can't. It
either needs a weapon slot. For me, it either needs a weapon slot or a slot in your inventory that you can always access. You don't have to charge it via getting kills or time like a specialist weapon. The jet gun is a little bit of an iffy one for me because it's a buildable.
Mm-hmm.
It dances very close to not being one. I think I still have to count it as one though. And like I said, just a melee slot, or I'm sorry, a weapon slot. Yeah, a weapon slot. That would.
Oh
yeah, definitely classify it as a wonder weapon. And it of course has the features that normal wonder weapons have that your normal everyday weapon doesn't have.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly, I'm glad to hear these thoughts. This is a very interesting conversation on this. I like this. All right, going to the next one for you. Lore behind wonder weapons. Is that important? Like, as we've had like the Porter 1 ray gun, that one has some lore behind it and stuff like that. And I believe like the Mark II and the Mark III ray gun all have a little bit of lore behind them. In terms of like some of the newer ones we've gotten, I don't know if there has been as much. Like they're involved in the story, but I don't know if they've had so much lore as like we've been used to in maybe some of the previous games. But like for you guys, do you guys find that an important feature to a wonder weapon? Do you guys hope to see more of that in Black Ops 6?
I honestly don't really care about that as much as others might.
I used to probably care. I don't anymore as much. As I used to.
I hope I don't know much about lore, zombies wise. I hope I'm not getting this wrong. But Richtofen inventing the Wunderwaffe, that doesn't really change my opinion on the weapon whatsoever. I still think it's a really good weapon. I guess the unique quotes are kind of cool coming from Richtofen, but again, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, I guess I could agree with that. I guess in recent years, it's kind of been diminishing. I think it's because we haven't been getting lore behind a weapon. But personally, I guess I would like to see more lore with it. Because, and this is kind of outreaching to a different game, but I remember this particular weapon that it held the soul of this little girl or something like that. It would shoot a devastating effect. I don't remember what game that was. I played it a long time ago. I think it's on my channel. But yeah, this weapon, apparently it had the soul of this particular person in it. And because of that, it would do like crazy amounts of damage and stuff like that. That kind of notion and getting like kind of a backstory like that, I think is kind of cool and has potential, So I wouldn't mind having more lore kind of related to it. And then getting like, as you were saying, like a quote from like one of your main characters about that weapon in general when they pull it from the box or something like that. That's kind of cool, honestly. I like that idea. So I think we've kind of lost it in recent years where it's not such an important thing. I
would agree with
where
that.
It's just like a wonder weapon is just something someone built in a lab and there you go. That's it. And it's like,
I think that if the wonder weapon has lore to it, I think that I would be mostly
increases its value a little more.
Intrigued of it if it had some kind of significance to the overall story for zombies,
yeah, exactly.
For example, the Wunderwaffe, why is it important to zombies? A also, sorry, this just came in. Quame Brown _1 PS4 _ thank you for the follow off stream. What the heck? What the heck?
It never stops, man. Never stops.
Off stream follow, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying. So yeah, like with the Wunderwaffe, the whole story behind how Richtofen was supposed to be developing it, but then he didn't want to fully invest in it because he was a little bit scared of Maxis's intentions that he wanted to sell it and mass produce it to the Nazi army. And you know, they wanted to make the world a better place, not necessarily some like, you know, death and whatnot. And it was a side project. Well, no, I think that was actually his main project. His side project that he steered away from, which actually caused the main conflict of zombies in general, the MTD, right? The matter transference device. Mm-hmm. That kind of story, that kind of lore. It has a foundational purpose in the Ether story for zombies. Those, like a wonder weapon such as that is so integral to the story, and it makes it so much more immersive for players because of its role, because of its place. Exactly. We don't see that as much lately, and that's honestly because the story lately hasn't been nearly as captivating as it used to be. I'll just say it. I'm not as much of a fan of the way that the Dark Ether story is currently carrying itself out, but that's because the last 2 games we've had to fill in blank spots or jump ahead from blank spots. Why did they make Modern Warfare 3 like a future game? I don't know. Like, it's a future game, but it's not future, because if it was super future,
it takes place
it'd be like
in the future,
movement,
kind of,
Black Ops 3. It's like, oh my god,
Exo Zombies.
That would make it so much better.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I would actively play that game if it had Exo movement. I'm excited
that Black Ops 6 we're getting a continuation from Cold War, and they have a chance to make the lore of the Wonder Weapons integral to characters that aren't important in the story, which is probably going to be the characters that we play as, because I know we play as some scientists. We know that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder why some of the Wonder Weapons are where they are.
Yeah.
like why out of this mystery box can you get a device that can shrink other people in these random ruins that are like allegedly on another planet? Like, why?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
somewhere in the lore it was made. Other answer. Monty put them in there. Deal with it.
Yeah, but I think he has a good point with that too, and we kind of mentioned that in the previous episode, for like a wonder weapon matching the theme of a map, and like having one, like we were saying, like particular weapons we found didn't really go very well in a particular map, and it could have been implemented in a different one and been accepted a little bit better in that. I think there's some truth behind that. It seems like a lot of our weapons now are just kind of becoming like mad science weapons, and they kind of are losing a little bit of that particular uniqueness. I didn't see that in the Crystal Axe. The Crystal Axe was the exception though, but yeah, still, like, I like the idea of it matching the map. Like, imagine if we got like the Tesla gun, or sorry, the Wunderwaffe in Shadows of Evil. That would have technically matched, because it's kind of like a steampunk version of a weapon. So I was kind of thinking like that one could honestly go with the theme.
This is a slightly bad example, because you can get the Wunderwaffe on Shadows.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I mean, if it was like the main wonder weapon instead of like the Apothecant Servant kind of thing.
Yeah,
like it was introduced.
Wait, back up. Wait, what?
You can get the Wunderwaffe on Shadows on Black Ops 3 PC. You just do a give command. You can get it. It's coded for it to be on that map.
You had me scared. I thought I was just like,
you thought you were behind?
Yeah, you can't get it normally, no.
I mean, only slightly, but not that much.
I thought I was a fake fan. Yeah, okay.
No.
Don't we know, Wisp? This man mods the heck out of his games.
But it exists because of playtesting reasons, I'm sure. It was a launch map, so.
Don't you know this man? He goes into every game he plays with a mod map, or mod menu, sorry.
Oh yeah, for real.
Every game, yep.
No, I think one of the best examples of lore actually improving a wonder weapon are the origin staves, and how they tie back into the end of Revelations.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, yeah, to have a story that connects it to the particular map in more in depth than just like, this particular weapon was made by a scientist and here you go. Instead of just getting that, I like more that it has depth. Like it's actually, each weapon has a story behind it, you know? And it has a history with so-and-so characters and stuff like that. That's cool. I although maybe it's not necessarily important for most players, like they just want to get the weapon to use in the map to progress the game and stuff like that. But I think there is such a cool aspect to it, and if the lore is done correctly, I think that will make the weapon seem so much cooler than maybe what it already is. Because yeah, I think like the original ray gun, I think that's part of the reason why it's brought back so many times in our games that we have now. Not only is it just a classic weapon from a map that we know and love, it also has this cool lore behind it and a story behind it that makes it that much more interesting, you know? So yeah, I think there's potential to have lore in our future wonder weapons, and I would personally like to see maybe some lore behind whatever weapon we get in Black Ops 6. I think that would be really cool, personally. So yeah, but interesting thoughts there on that one. I like the ideas you had here. Let's see, what was my next one? We already did that one. Gaining a wonder weapon from the box or only being able to build it. What are your thoughts on that? Because we've had both in our games in the past, where some we have to build the wonder weapon in order to get it. Others, we can just pull it out of the box. What is your thoughts on that? Should a good wonder weapon be built, or should it just be procured?
I mean, if the process is fun, I don't mind making it. I actually prefer it in some cases. The only times I don't prefer it is when you have you have some steps that are just unreasonable, like the Venom X, getting it normally on Beast. There is no reason why that should be like that. Normal players who are just going into that map are not going to feel motivated to complete that for the weapon. So if it's done well, I definitely do prefer a quest. Or another option would be have a quest for it, but also have a small chance to get it from the box. So if you don't want to do the quest, you can also do it that method.
So you'd kind of say a bit of a mix of both, almost. Like have it provided in the box, but also be able to build it. And I know some maps have done that in the past too. Well, hey, very good. What about you, Wist?
So I just have to agree with Carpel for the most part. Like if the quest process is fun, then yeah, definitely. I much prefer that over it. One weapon still being in the box, I think that should still stay in. I think that's still good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really paid too much mind to whether a weapon is like required from the box or is like a quest, or you can do it from both. That's personally something that's never really bothered me.
Think about it from like a speedrunning perspective. What would you prefer then? If like it was incorporated into your run, or if you just had to
Then it would be probably more emphasis on how well can I break the quest? How easy is it to break the quest? What's the minimum requirement that I need to do things? So like just for an example, I'm just gonna bring this up for an example. What is it? Using napalm burst on Forsaken to trigger a napalm burst effect that ends up killing a tormented zombie
Oh, is that how you do it?
That map, and then it turns into the Chrysalax part instead of lighting it on fire with a flamethrower, because that saves you so much salvage. And you can expend the points. It's not that big of a deal because you're constantly getting it back. Yeah, it's stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
To be honest, I never consider that as an option for getting that part. That's kind of cool, though.
I feel like a lot of people who are watching this probably also didn't know that, so I'm glad that I said it. It's one of those tricks on Forsaken that not a lot of people know about. Also the whole dead wire thing with one of the Easter egg steps there, or Tesla Storm.
Yeah, you can use Tesla Storm.
Yeah, you can use Tesla Storm. Or actually, you could use a stun grenade.
Really, a stun grenade works?
Yeah,
that I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure you can use a stun grenade, and it works. I'm pretty sure.
Which is probably the best option.
Yeah.
That is surprising. Wow.
Yeah, the more you know.
I did not know that one.
Actually. These little things on the quests, like the more knowledge you have about the way that the game systems work and how you can exploit them, it adds a layer of fun, it adds a layer of skill, and it adds a layer of depth to the Wonder Weapons, I think.
Yeah. No, I honestly agree with that, because one of the things I always think back of is to all the glitches that you can do in Infinite Warfare in their particular maps. Like you can get like 4 weapons in your inventory and stuff like that. Just stuff to break the games like that people just figure out on their own. So I'm glad that those things are left in and that you can do those kind of things. So yeah, honestly, it improves the experience, I find. I also want to go back to also Infinite Warfare on this one, because it's the one I keep thinking of in general, but the quest to build all the ray guns. So like we were talking about being able to build a wonder weapon and also being able to get it out of the box. That's one of those cases you can. Granted, you have to have a director's cut to get the pack-a-punch wonder weapons out of the box, but you can just get the regulars though, right? If you spin the without director's cut.
It's very, very, very so goddamn
slim.
Rare to get them.
See,
out of the box,
I don't ever remember getting it normally.
It's possible. So. I've had teammates report to me that they've gotten it before, but it's so rare. Like it's once in a blue moon. Like once like 3 or years or something. It's so rare.
That's so interesting.
Rare.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
It is so rare that I didn't even know it was possible. So that's
kind of cool. I didn't either. Not be intentional. It's that rare.
It's it's like oh my god,
I don't know why it's possible, but it is possible.
It's like getting Willard's knife out of the box.
Why would you want an unupgraded wonder weapon when most of the time you get the upgraded one from the wheel anyway? So.
But only if you have director's cut, of course. For someone who doesn't, though, you mean that. But what I was trying to base it off from was the director's cut wheel when you get it from there. But I liked, with director's cut, of course, being able to get either the wonder weapon out of the box, or you can build it. Like you were talking about like speed running, which I've seen from your speed runs. You always try to get it out of the box. You never go with just trying to build it, because the quest takes a while, honestly, and
because that would take 20 more minutes.
The pet peeve that I have with quests, especially the wonder weapons on Spacelands, the number one thing I always hate about anything Easter egg related, even if it's a wonder weapon quest, the number one thing that I always hate in zombies is when you are pace locked. You have to get to a certain round because of XYZ reason. Certain entity won't start spawning until this rounds. I don't have enough zombies to fill this soul box until this rounds. I hate that.
Preaching to the choir, man.
The Mangler part. The Mangler part for the AK on Firebase C is the only reason I will never build the AK again.
Like
there's no reason to.
Dumb. You literally, like, if you want to speedrun to build it, you do the Easter egg to force Manglers to spawn in. Like, you go to the effing, I think it's like the jungle defense area by military commands. When you place or you dig up that canister for the Hellhound lockdown, it spawns you Manglers. And it force spawns them. It's so dumb, and they don't spawn until like round 15. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
so
round 17.
17, yeah. I haven't played FBZ in a minute, but yeah, where you're pace locked, it's dumb. It's really, really dumb. Overarching Easter egg steps where maybe you need the Brute to do a Ghost and Skulls, or maybe you need a Megaton to
Ghost and Skull steps are just brutal.
To shoot some fungus among us. Excuse my reference there. I'm fine with that stuff. That kind of pace locking, I'm okay with. But because there's ways to force spawn those entities in. Like on Spaceline, you fail a steady comm, or you fail a step in the boss fights, instead of just having to go to a certain rounds. In D Machine, it's like you can use the Mayak when you enter the Dark Ether, or you turn power
Hispanic
on
way
in the
of
very
saying
next
Die
round
Machine.
or something like that. If it's not or you flip 2 rounds and you get a Megaton after the dog round. It's like there's very close to where you are currently in the game static ways to get those entities to spawn in. You don't have to wait for a round milestone. It's the fact that those can exist that I'm fine with. But if you're just ultimately pace locked, like, dude, just no. No, just no. It's not for me.
Definitely. I definitely get that.
Sorry, I was hard yapping.
No, I appreciate your yapping. No, it's good.
Can I ask you guys something that's building off that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What, in your opinion, is the best Wonder Weapon quest?
Quest for one, huh?
Yeah.
So I know your answer is going to be.
You do know my answer, yeah.
I know your answer. I know your answer. Oh, what is my favorite Wonder Weapon quest? Is my favorite Wonder Weapon.
Trying to think of which one was less painful.
First one that comes to mind would be one of the staffs. It is technically a quest in my eyes. It is a buildable, but it's also a quest because of the upgrade process. I love puzzles. I love ciphers.
That's a good question,
you should try World War II.
They are honestly fun.
The
upgrade quests for those ones are pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can understand World War II is like a fundamentally not great game, but there are some actual gems. There are some gems.
They did good with that. They did well.
It alienates me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the quests for Wonder Weapons. What's my favorite? Quests for
I did not
them.
like the Venom collecting spet for the spider on KT 40
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I know what my favorite. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite one. The Firebow. Firebow.
No, man. No, not the Firebow tutorial. No.
Ironically, I actually really like the whole idea that you're using a Wonder Sphere.
You're capping, man. No way.
A bow at a circle while you're in the air. I love that.
I hated that one, man.
Feel of that, bro. I love that.
Oh, I hated that one so much.
I love that
I'm hearing skill issue in your voice now.
I tried so many times on that. It's
There's so many lineups.
Yeah, maybe it was a skill issue, but dude, I hit it. I swear, I hit it so many times. It just didn't go, man. It just didn't happen. God.
My favorite part about building the Firebow is how much those shots can be trivialized. Like, if you know the lineups before you launch, you could shoot an arrow before you even launch.
Of them in a single Wonder Sphere
in one launch. It is, which is super satisfying when you pull it off for the first time.
Because you hear the like all 3 of the Hellhound.
That was a great impression. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that was. Yeah, very good.
You hear all 3 of those Hellhound death noises, and you're like, yeah, it's not a dog round. I'm just fucking him. Yeah, you just get that dopamine. I love that.
I guess I would have to say there's 2 that it's kind of stuck between, and it's very similar to yours, but no way is it the Firebow. The Void Bow was actually a fun quest. I enjoyed making the Void Bow. That one was actually fun. I like the voice quotes that you get from the spirit trapped inside the vase, and finding the symbols and killing the zombies to get the symbols and everything. I did find that to be quite enjoyable, actually. It does take more time than others, but
I hate is the RNG and collecting the symbols. That's the only part of the Void Bow that I sincerely hate.
Yeah, I did see a tutorial that someone made, and they gave a really easy way to do it, but it's been so long I don't remember what it was. Just to get those symbols, they put it in a very simplistic way, but I'd have to let you know if I find that video again.
RNG but when the symbols,
yeah, yeah,
it's the only bow that is just straight up RNG.
It is, but I enjoyed that one. I think they made it in a kind of a fun way. The other one that also I am kind of stuck with is also the die machines Wonder Weapon, the die. That one is actually not that bad. It's not too hard. I like that how you obtain it and everything, and the collection of stuff.
Just the base variant.
Yeah, basic variant. But yeah, if you go into depth with the other variants of it, that is also not bad either. I liked they weren't anything too crazy. There was not a lot of memory steps or anything like that. It was just you'd go to this particular area to get this particular thing. You'd either have to kill maybe a certain type of zombie or something, but you could get it. And I personally found that one to be pretty fun to construct. So it would be between those two, either the void bow or the die. I don't know. I honestly don't know which one.
I find that interesting because you like the die because it's simple and there's not a lot of memorization. But the void bow is like the complete antithesis of that. You have to remember your symbols, so I find that interesting.
See, that one, there was something more just about the experience of making it. Maybe the voice that speaks to you and gathering it, and maybe the floating skulls and having to get crawlers and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to say what it is, but I actually like that.
He wants a reason to use crawl space. He has too many crawl space gobblegums in his...
I do actually, yes.
We never have enough
loaded to the T with that.
We never have enough perkas. We always have too much crawl space.
Yeah. But that is something I would say is like I do not like a lot of memory steps in like creating either for like an Easter egg or for anything. Like I've never been crazy about Simon Says in like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Just memory stuff in general is just a little, it's not something I like to see in that kind of stuff. So having in a Wonder Weapon quest isn't always for me. And I find that makes it makes me want to achieve that Wonder Weapon that much less. Me grammar good there, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you guys feel the same about that, but I know Carpel here likes the challenge, so I imagine that's
love it.
A Wonder Weapon quest that I think is the most unique out of all of them would be the Death of Orion, where you literally make a concoction and you give it to the mystery box.
That's not an upgrade quest, though. That's just...
What do you mean?
Just to obtain the weapon,
that's a quest to get the weapon.
Yeah, just to get it.
Oh, you said upgrade quest. I see what you mean, though.
I said
you did say upgrade quest, didn't you?
Did I?
I almost didn't pick up on that. First you said like regular quest, then you said upgrade quest, I'm pretty sure.
No, we get your point. Sorry, continue.
yeah, we got what you're just talking about.
But yeah, I think it's the most unique one because it's the only quest that actually you interact with the box to get it, but you get it guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most unique one. Honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that one as much, actually, just because it's really finicky on getting the spout into the tree. And I don't know. It's like it is simple, I guess, in certain respects. Like that's not the hardest one to procure.
I think tracing constellations and then teleporting into the sun to do a fire maze is a little more unique. But that's just me.
This man loves the challenge. I can't understand why you guys like the firebow. That's
not the firebow. That is
firebow.
That's the Thulian flail on Frozen Dawn.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds very similar to like the firebow because there is a sun you have to interact with and stuff.
There's a step for the hammer.
The sun interact hitbox is so finicky on the firebow. It is so finicky.
That's why I cannot understand. There's so many things that just about that one weapon. I can't understand why you guys like that one.
But you fly and you shoot. You shoot while you fly.
I shot so many times at that stupid circle. I never hit it.
Well, whenever you do hit it, do you feel satisfied? Do you get hit?
No, I feel aggravated because how many attempts it took to actually get that, you know? it doesn't feel worth it, man. That's the thing. It's like in my normal gameplay, I don't want to go through that process to get that weapon. I'll do the void bow, man. I don't care if it's not as effective. I'll do it.
I like the void bow better too. Don't worry, not lad. Don't worry.
Well, technically mine would be the lightning bow, but that is a good one though.
I don't really have a reason to like this other than I just find it really funny. But for upgrading the hammer on the Frozen Dawn, one of the steps once you finish the wall puzzle is literally blindly walking off the map while holding it like a good distance, and then suddenly an invisible path appears, and you just have to trust that you can keep walking forward. Like, there's no indication to do that, but I just find it. I find it funny that it's literally asking you to potentially just kill yourself and walk off the map.
You're actually reminding me of something. There's actually another Easter egg quest in Black Ops 4, the gauntlets that you get. Some of those I remember, I can't remember which ones I like the most, but I know some of those were actually fairly fun to do. I actually did enjoy those.
I can't
remember which one though.
Topic for our next episode.
What's the topic?
What's that?
Just Easter egg quests, like main Easter egg quests.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, definitely should be one.
We should talk about in the next one.
Definitely, yeah.
For sure.
Let me see.
I need to cut you off. I just had the idea.
No. We Carpel mentioned it earlier, and I think that would be a good one. So yeah, that could definitely be our next one if we want. Should we get to the next one? I still have a few more here for you.
Okay.
Just let me find it here a second. I lost my spot on my list. Okay. So, this is an interesting one. There's another one before it. Okay. So, the Annihilator pistol in the Giant, a consumable weapon that recharges. Would you like to see more wonder weapons in this fashion? But I think we kind of went on that's not a wonder weapon. Yeah. Basically, right?
Okay.
Specialists are cool though. I like them.
Wait, there's got to be a reason you chose that particular
Yeah, the Annihilator
weapon.
to me, it had an Easter egg quest where you procured it and stuff. I mean, you had to shoot the teddy bears and all that stuff to procure it.
There's nothing unique about it.
It is a specialist
because it's the same exact one from original Derice.
Yeah, but I mean, it still is kind of like an Easter egg quest where you have to procure it, like you would with a wonder weapon.
Well, actually, Wistful, the teddy bears are in different places, so it's not the same. All right, sorry.
Got him on the technicality there, yeah.
That may be true, but it's the same core principle of you shooting locations of where they are. It's pretty much the same procedure from what it was back then. But no, I'm more interested in why you chose the Annihilator specifically. Is it just because of the quest to get it, or the fact that it's a specialist, or the fact that it's the Annihilator, the worst specialist weapon in Black Ops 3?
Or even then, every other specialist quest is more interesting in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, this one I picked because it is the one that seems most like it would be a wonder weapon for one, and also the other stuff you guys mentioned.
What?
It has a bit of a quest where it's not just given to you or anything like that.
Way more of a wonder weapon, if it even were a wonder weapon, than the Annihilator does.
Yeah, I mean that one too is kind of
the gauntlet
in the categories, but
on Garad Krovi.
Or
even the skull. The skull is so good too. Yeah, like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, basically, my question involves all of those. It's not just the Annihilator. The Annihilator is the example I was using. It's just the one example, but it's like all those. But I know we kind of mentioned like a specialist weapon isn't really considered a wonder weapon, but a lot of them are unique in that sense, where they could be wonder weapons. So I guess at the time I was writing these out, I wasn't sure if I'd consider it a wonder weapon or not. But yeah, I was wondering, are we considering it a wonder weapon at all? Like, I'm kind of guessing probably not, right?
I'm
no.
Out of the fence where it's definitely not. No.
Okay. Because, yeah, the Annihilator, originally I was thinking that because it is one that's like a pistol. It's almost like a wonder weapon that you get. Although it's not good, of course, but it's just...
There's nothing wonder about it, in my opinion. It's a pistol that fires
wonder why it's in the
powerful shotgun rounds.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it's pretty close to just a basic gun.
Like...
Yeah.
Bro, don't the marshals already? Okay.
Don't the marshals? Yeah, actually, you get a couple of them. Yeah.
Okay, so I admit, maybe not the best example, but yeah, it was the one I wrote down.
That is possibly the worst example you could have chosen.
The worst example you could have.
Okay, I see how it is. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting that choice, honestly. So I'm gonna move past that one because I think we kind of got our answer on that one. But 11. So this is a unique one, and one I think we've seen in particular maps. But what is your thoughts on customizable wonder weapons compared to basic wonder weapons? So like when I'm talking like customizable, where you have extra either different variants of the weapon, you can add different stuff like for like the Cerberus, you could add attachments to it and stuff. Not so much that one, but that is a case of it. But yeah, like, what are your thoughts on that? Is that something you value? That's a lot of silence. Did I disconnect? Hello? Uh-oh. No, I did lose connection. Shucks. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Holy cats. I'm going to disconnect and come back. Hang on. Did that do anything? There we go. Hello?
I don't really see another really good reason to have the variants there. Parts and attachments that like maybe the MAD has. I think that was a neat idea and concept. But then there's the question of like, what the fuck does the barrel even do? What's the barrel's purpose?
Isn't it rapid fire?
Maybe? But why would you want to rapid fire the wonder weapon?
Especially when it has the
charge up feature. The charge up feature with the crank. So I think if you add variety to a wonder weapon, a way to use it in multiple different ways through attachments, I think that that's the thing that I don't like about it. The idea that you can change the style of play, the way that the weapon at that moment is meant to be used, and it completely changes into this other purpose weapon versus a weapon with multiple features without attachments necessarily, like the KT4 on Zetsubo, to reference that again. It's really lethal against the zombies. You can use it to get a speed boost by shooting a spore. You can use it to fertilize plants. Seamlessly just firing the weapon is easy to use, but knowing what to shoot and how to shoot it, whether it's a charge shot or not, has very simple interactions with the environment and with the gameplay, and it adds variety to the weapon without adding complications to the weapon's state, is what I'm saying.
I hate to bring this up again, but the Thulian flail on the Frozen Dawn is pretty much same. It's pretty much the same in the sense that
pretty much the same.
They created unique spaces that are only accessible via that weapon. You have to teleport to them, and some of them involved are in like other. Jesus, some of them are.
This man is talking like me today.
Some of them are involved in other side Easter eggs, like the Perka quest on that map, and I just find that super cool. That interaction.
I'm going to play Frozen Dawn at some point soon.
You really should. You should join us. I've been slaying at World War II recently. It's a fun game.
Like a 3P Frozen Dawn just play sesh and just make that a video. We really should.
Yeah, I got time. I got time after. I got time.
Not tonight. I'll have time.
I don't know if I'm free after.
Sometime over the month of August for sure. But yeah.
By the way, I lost connection through a lot of this conversation, so I'm missing out on a lot of your responses. I don't really know what you guys were talking about when I came back in here.
Did you hear my final point about the attachment thing?
I think I caught most of it. I think I might have missing some of the beginning there, but
I literally talked about it before Carpel could give his 2 cents. He still has to give his 2 cents on it.
Give us your 2 cents, Carpel.
Give us the 5 cents or something. I don't know.
Or 10 cents, you know? Go big or go home, you know?
Okay. I don't really like that they introduced attachments to zombies at all, really.
Oh.
Yeah, like there will be times.
Just the attachment system.
Outside of Wonder Weapons, I think there's too much customization. Like I will use a weapon that I hear is good, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't like it, and then the person's response will be, oh, you didn't have the right attachments, and I don't like that you have to know how to like customize the weapon in order for it to be viable. I never found that appealing. I like the more simplistic. Yeah, you get the gun, it's good or it's not. But that's just me.
Get the gun, it's good or it's
interesting.
Not. Well,
yeah.
So my counter to that. Black Ops 3 is probably a prime example of this, because in Black Ops 3, you have a lot of weapons that are just really not that good until you add attachments to them, on top of the fact that they can be the most powerful weapons in the game because of the pack-a-punch system in that game. The whole
Wait, you're talking about attachments for just basic weapons?
The whole mentality, attachment system as a whole, I guess, is not what we're talking about. I think that whole concept of making any weapon an uber weapon, I love that. I love that that mentality when they first really announced it in Cold War Zombies.
You just quote, yeah, okay, I was about to say.
That's where I'm taking the quote from. I'm taking it from there. I love that idea. But yeah, taking the conversation back to Wonder Weapons, though, I don't think that putting too much love onto the overall sandbox is necessarily a good thing, because we've now had these games now where we have these certain pack-a-punch systems and these certain attachment systems where they're hardcore sank into the COD zombies and just Call of Duty DNA in general. I feel like that if we continue to have these, it's still going to encourage people to get non-Wonder Weapon weapons and survive for long rounds. But I still want this, like, overpowering reason of just sheer awesomeness. Still want to go for a Wonder Weapon. Yeah.
This is interesting you're bringing this up. That's not exactly the one thing I was getting at, but you bring in a different avenue that I wasn't actually thinking about.
That's why we're here.
This is great. I'm glad to hear that. The more thing I was thinking of is like the different variations of, like, for instance, the Mark II ray gun. They brought it in.
I see what you mean.
Alpha Omega. Yeah. Like, you could build different versions of the gun, like that's more the kind of the thing I was getting
like
at.
Variants?
Like, variants of weapons. Like, do you feel like that's an important thing to have in a zombie game? Like, is that something that you think like Black Ops 6 should have? Like, if they bring a Wonder Weapon, it should have different variants, or is it kind of like I can take it or leave it kind of thing?
So here's the thing about variants. I'm very biased in this opinion, because almost all the time, whenever Treyarch devise variants to Wonder Weapons in, like, the line of maps, there's always one that's just superior to the others.
It's always bad.
There's always
one. The lightning bow on Dreisendrach. I don't even know if there is a superior ray gun Mark II on Alpha Omega, and honestly, I don't think there is.
Honestly, I think
know.
There is. It's the
There is
the lightning one because it has infinite ammo.
Okay, the lightning one because it has infinite ammo. The Electrobolt die because it's just it does insane damage and you can move fast with it. They did try to buff like the Nova 5.
Nova 5, that was the name of it.
That.
I do like that one. That would be my pick.
But yeah, it's like there's always one. It's like
and there's always one like, nobody wants.
Yeah, and then there's one no one wants, but like it's yeah, that's usually how Wonder Weapon variants always go.
Yeah.
And then it always becomes the talk of like, well, I'm not getting this because someone else is getting it, right? You almost always have that.
Every play of Origins, that's what it was like for me. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm not getting the wind staff this time.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, yeah, definitely. That's kind of what I want to get into. Because I feel like if you're going to do a variant, it has to be very unique and very good. It has to be definitely an upgrade from what it was originally and everything. But I feel like it should be a lot more unique to its clash. I was impressed with like the die in Cold War, because I feel like that one had a lot of very unique things you could make the weapon do, from like its ice ray that you could
fireballs.
shoot to Nova 5, which is like in fireballs. Yep.
I'd stop
and
hearing
it's
that
like
Carver quote. You know what that means, don't you? It shoots fireballs.
Fireballs.
Exactly.
I
it's
sleep
like
on the thermophasic. I sleep hard on that variant. I never fucking use it.
I never do that one either.
The one part about it I like is that one Carver quote. If you get the Carver quote RNG and he decides to talk, that's the only dopamine I get from it. It's just that one quote. It shoots.
Gotcha. I don't think I ever got that, honestly. I love that. Yeah, but like that ones, they were unique. But then when I think of like the Mark III variants they had in Alpha Omega, to me, they honestly weren't that unique. They were or Mark II, sorry.
Yeah.
Mark II. They honestly weren't crazy unique. I mean, the ray guns all look the same. They didn't change. And I guess you could say that about the die too.
The one that suffers from uniqueness because it's like a shotgun variant. The other two, there's one with a beam attack that has infinite ammo, and then the other one, it can literally charge up and fire like this vortex, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool feature for a Mark II.
Yeah. I guess...
I don't know what it is about it, but I kind of like wonder weapons that have a charge attack. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of picking up on that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Which is surprisingly almost every set of 4 Wonder Weapon variants. Almost all of them have charge.
Almost all of them have a charge. Yeah, that is true.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess when I think of like a variant, for one, I always think of like the Wonder Weapon's physical appearance should definitely change. The different fire should be unique, is always what I always thought about it. Like, instead of having a similar beam of some sort shooting out the weapon, like it should do something crazy different. Like maybe, like say for instance, like with the Mark II ray guns, maybe they had one that shoots a black hole or something like that. Just something just crazy for each different variant. If it doesn't have that, then I feel like it's not worth it, and then I don't really want to do the work to get the different variants. Like, I'm trying to think of anything in particular, but I know we've gotten some where it just kind of makes the damage a lot better, but it, like, a variant only increases its damage, where it doesn't really change what it does necessarily. And I don't know. I guess that I can feel could be a very varied topic for people. Like, I can imagine some people don't really care about that so much, just as long as it's effective and that it does more damage to the enemies, and that's kind of all that matters. But I don't know. I like a uniqueness kind of added to it, and I always think back to like the Cerberus, because you can get different attachment, and it completely changes its look. It completely changes the weapon's appearance and its firing and how it fires. And I think that uniqueness is kind of what made that weapon one of my top choices. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of all I was curious about that, but doesn't sound like that matters as much.
I guess.
Uh-oh. I thought I lost connection again. Sorry.
So we are running a little bit low on time here. We got maybe one more point, and then we'll wrap the episode up.
Let me see. What would be the best one? Let's see. We did that one. Custom Wonder Weapons. Give me just 1 second.
In the meantime, what is your least favorite Wonder Weapon? Not necessarily the worst, but what do you hate using?
Least favorite to use.
Thinking.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and answer this one. I I hate referencing World War II because it has some good stuff, but most of it is just completely terrible. The Wonder Bus, I cannot. I hate it. It's so bad.
Yeah, that definitely could be one. I feel like I mentioned which one earlier today, but I'm trying to think of what it was. I'll have to give that thought.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
Are you sure we can't do at least 2 topics here? Because I actually have some very interesting ones towards the end.
I think my least favorite would have to be the oh goodness.
Actually, this is one of my questions. Worst wonder weapon of all time. That's number 16. So yeah, we're actually knocking this one out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd have to say the Winter's Howl.
Ooh, ouch.
Ouch.
Ooh. That was a sucker punch to me, but dang. What about you, Carpel? Which one would you say?
Did I think I already went over it. It was the
what was yours?
The Wonder Bus.
Yeah, the Wonder Bus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you did say that. Shucks. What is mine? Man, I honestly can't think of it because I know I'm not considering all of them. I don't want to say Ray Gun Mark 1 because that's still effective in its own right. I do kind of want to say that one sniper rifle from Call of the Dead. Scavenger. I can't think of that. The Scavenger, sorry. The Scavenger I didn't like because for many reasons. It doesn't look like a wonder weapon, as we were kind of mentioning. You can damage yourself with it. And the shots are delayed. It takes so long for it to explode and everything that, I don't know. I never liked that one. I just never
significantly early.
After round 40.
I think the Scavenger would be my choice probably. Because, yeah, that... What? I don't know. I never liked that one that much.
When the VR11 is on them?
The VR11, I take over it because it's more unique than that. Just for its uniqueness, it gets more of a place in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably one that I despise even more than the Scavenger, but I can't think of it right now, honestly. If I do, I'll let you know. Okay, so I guess for my question that I would ask you, this one kind of seems to be the best on point, but... Okay, I'll just ask this. This one's just kind of a fun one. What are your thoughts on a unique weapon for the particular character you play as? Would that add more uniqueness to your game? So, what was making me kind of think of this, so you know how when you played in Black Ops 2, in particular, I'm thinking Buried. When you played on the Buried map, if you went in as a particular character, you would get particular quotes. So I was kind of curious, like, what are your thoughts? Like, particular character you go in gets a particular wonder weapon of some sort. Would that add more of an interesting feel to a game? Or would it not?
See, I think of the limitations when you say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of that.
Especially with the what we already established, that there's always an objective best variant.
Yeah, exactly.
That, like, you could get screwed literally just because your character does not allow you to have the good wonder weapon.
Whether we have the power to choose our character or not in Black Ops 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
okay.
Not it.
You know, I honestly think it's interesting, so long as it's implemented correctly. So long as, for one, it's not required by the Easter egg or anything like that, because that would be a problem if like the game requires you to use a particular wonder weapon of some sort. But to get like a particular weapon from a character, I think is kind of neat, because once again, I think back to like Infinite Warfare, how you could play as a particular character when you go into the map, and you remember like Willard Wyler has his exclusive knife that he could use.
Yeah.
I personally thought that was so cool that this particular character gives you this added bonus of this cool weapon that you could go in, or even if you just procured it out of the map in some way because you had that character. I think that's cool in a certain respect. And honestly, I think it would be kind of neat to see in a game, maybe not in all the games, but maybe just once in one of them. It might be an interesting take. But once again, it has to be implemented correctly. The weapon, I don't know. It has to be fairly easily procurable. Like, your particular character can open a certain locker or something and get that particular weapon. I don't know. I think it adds a little bit more mystery to the game, because you never know what character you're going to get when you load into the game. And, depending which one you get, that gives you that weapon. And if you wanted to control it, you could just restart your game, trying to go until you get the character you want. But I definitely get the inconvenience of it. So yeah, but I don't know, something about that seems unique. And I honestly,
to me, that's just not fun, man.
See, for me, I like the mystery. For me, that's one thing I've been finding I really like in games is the mystery of things. Because you never know what you're gonna get.
It, and then afterwards you're like, oh shit, I'm the girl, or oh shit, I'm the black guy or something.
Yeah, it could either be bad or it could be good, depending what you get. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought I came up when I was thinking of these ideas. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that, and very good to hear that. Yeah. Okay. So definitely no time for the final three.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is okay. I guess the other ones aren't necessarily important. I can read them off to you guys if you want to hear the last ones, but there was only like 3 left.
We'll answer in yes or no's just to wrap this up.
Actually, there's only 2 left because we did talk on the other one, but one of them was going to be the importance of Pack-a-Punching a wonder weapon. Do you think it's a good idea to provide Pack-a-Punch for it? Because like Cold War has Pack-a-Punch now, and you can do it for a lot of the wonder weapons. Whereas previous games you couldn't do that. Is that something you'd like to see come back or not?
Short answer: if there's a quest for it, then you don't need the Pack-a-Punch. What about you, Ist?
So I like the idea for like getting the ingredients for like the Masamune on Zetsubo, but I don't like how it takes time to like you have to put away the wonder weapon and you have to let it like do its thing and then you can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just Pack-a-Punch?
It's a version of upgrading it. So it's like
Yeah, I gotcha. You actually just made me think of something. A rechargeable wonder weapon. Just real quick, is that a yay or a nay on that one? Like, I know we've had a rechargeable.
I would like my wonder weapon to be based off of ammunition, please and thank
you.
Please and thank you.
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on the two. I think in certain games it's been implemented well, and others not so much.
Imagine like
on the weapon, I guess.
Imagine like every like certain amount of shots fired, you have to like drop your wonder weapon in like a charging station and just let it sit there. That would be horrible.
Ooh. I wouldn't like that necessarily.
Imagine using a wonder weapon for an X amount of time until it explodes, and you have to pick up the pieces and build it all over again. Like, just imagine that.
They would never do that though. That's terrible design. That would never happen.
The jet gun from Black Ops 2.
Jet gun, never heard of it.
Instantly explodes. But you can't rebuild that one after it explodes, right?
No, you can.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
Yeah, no, if you try to pick up the parts,
that literally is that nightmare you just mentioned.
Yeah. The heat is too much.
Oh man. Okay.
Kaboom.
All right. The next one I have, and this one's an interesting one, but
the last one.
What are your thoughts on wonder weapons that damage the player, like the scavenger or like the original ray gun?
But PhD.
Yeah, see, do you feel like having the perk on the map justifies getting a weapon that can damage you?
I think if the weapon's good enough, it could.
Sure.
I think risk reward. Oh my Jesus Christ!
No, I get what you're saying.
And reward, it could be a fun gameplay element if it is done right,
implemented right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you Wist, it sounds like an astounding no on that one.
Yeah,
it's no go for that.
All right, I say we wrap this one up and let Wist get some sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of them I had. So we pretty much finished my list. So not too shabby, and good conversation on it. It was good getting your guys' input.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Carpel, do you want to do the outro?
I really don't.
A good one. What do you got?
I really don't want to do the outro.
I've done an outro. I'm pretty sure Notlad's done an outro, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the outro.
Give it your best shot.
Wonder weapons. They're pretty cool. That's the outro.
Let's go. All right, you heard it there.
I'm gonna hit the hay. I'm gonna get this episode out there tomorrow. I will see you guys next week.
All right. Well, sounds good. Yeah, you guys let me know when the next one's happening.
Next time is Easter egg quests.
So yeah.
Easter egg quests.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure you guys do some Easter eggs within the last.
Within
the next week. And
wait. Before we do next episode, we need to do the Frozen Dawn Easter egg again, and I'm gonna teach you it. You need to.
Yes.
You need to experience this.
Okay. All right, last thing I'll say, quick announcement, because this is a podcast and we are separate creators here. Just a quick announcement, for you guys at home watching the podcast episode. The next episode of the marathon series that I am doing, it is set to come out sometime this week. It might be a little bit delayed though, because I apparently am doing a World War II Easter egg with Carpel, but me and the guys are planning on doing our recording on Tuesday. Hopefully get that out within the next 3 to 4 days. It's a lot of editing. It is a lot of editing. The last episode took me 5 days to edit. So, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing too, the mention to the people too. The official Wundercast YouTube channel is officially up and it is now uploading. So if you guys are seeing this on either mine or Wistful's channel, we do have an official YouTube channel as well. And hopefully we'll be able to get maybe some YouTube shorts and stuff out there. I'm going to try to make some. So we'll see if we can't get that out to the public also and kind of spread the word about the podcast. So, yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it already. That's all I got. That's it.
I just hit the 2-hour mark literally right now. So
let's go. You mean we hadn't hit it already? Here, I was rushed on my list.
Apparently, we started late.
We did start late. We were.
Oh yeah, because of me. Okay.
I
know that now. Okay.
Yeah?
All right, well, bye, everybody.
Yeah, just a bit.
Bye, everybody.
Catch you guys in the next one.